All right, welcome back to Ultimate Spider-Man. So, to recap what happened last time, Peter got a new suit, his daughter found out that he's actually Spider-Man, and he met Green Goblin, who is Harry Osborn in this universe. Mary Jane still doesn't know, and he got a new suit. The suit looks cool. It's the classic suit. Oh my god, I was about to die there. All right, so let's hop in. Issue 4, April. We're at a restaurant. Are you sure this is a good idea? No, but at least we dress up. And here he is. Sorry I'm late. Harry Osborn wearing a suit, and of course he's got his colors on there. Last time we saw Harry as like an actual person was during Aunt May's and the rest of the memorial service. But they get to talking, and then Harry and MJ get introduced. I think your husband's obsessed with you. Well, I hear most people call that being in love. I'll admit, it's hard of a bit of a branding issue lately. And then Peter says, hey, I thought your wife was coming. Yep, she should be here in a few more minutes. Oh, here's my wife, Gwen Stacy. So there's a bit of a kicker. Gwen Stacy's alive and not married to Peter and doesn't know who Peter is. Hello, you must be Peter. That's a crazy reveal, and they sit down for dinner. You two have any kids? No, we don't have any. We're considering it. Well, you should. What's the holdup? The world we'd bring them into. And MJ's like, oh, okay, that's pretty scary. How long have you guys been married? We've been married for 8 years, 3 months, 11 days. Jeez, man. Who's obsessed with who? And then Harry asks, how are you doing, MJ? How's your business going? She replies, I used to be a model. It's fine. But while I was doing that, I started handling my own branding. People liked what I did. World got around. And then I got picked up by Bayham Lacroix and worked there for a while. After that, I got poached by Altman for their executive suite about 5 years ago. But it eventually turned into pick your own clients, make it a problem, go away. It was super, super gross, and I couldn't do anymore, so I went off on my own. I'm a retainer at Damage Control. Whoa, Damage Control! So if you don't know who that is, that's like a government agency in the comics that just take care of everything. They just say, hey, we're Damage Control, and they fix it. Last time I saw them, they had the Maker in captive, and then he escaped and created this Ultimate Universe. So that's the last we touched on them. But then she goes into a little tidbit. Hey, am I allowed to talk about this, Peter? Last week, I started helping out Peter's uncle, Ben Parker, J. Jonah Jameson. They're starting their own news. We just settled on a name. And speaking of the two, we cut to them because they're babysitting. We're doing the news online, not in print. I'm not okay with it. Why does she want to call it The Paper? It's supposed to be ironic or something? So their business name is called The Paper. And then back to MJ and the gang. Harry shares his own thoughts on it. What I really need in my life is more news. I just love it so much. And he reveals apparently him and his dad got into arguments with Ben all the time. Says the market's too closed, you'll see. And Gwen pipes in, I don't know, it depends on what they cover, depends on what they want to dig on. I can think of a few reasons why a couple of crusty old guys with nothing to lose might be useful. Well, for example, take the pictures that Peter's been shooting of that masked man swinging through the city. Killer eye, by the way. Well, you know, I just point and shoot. But what I'm talking about is, look at the way that it's covered. It's sanitized, surrounded. It's not like the stories that the corporate are doing. Of course, they're intentionally obtuse, but they all miss the point of the masked man, which is that he exists for a reason and there must be a purpose to him. For someone or something, he's filling a need for someone good or someone bad. Now, I like to think that he isn't a bad guy, but in a lot of ways, him being a good guy would be more upsetting to certain people. It implies that something's wrong with the world, and maybe he's what we're looking for, a cure. People need heroes, Peter, and if your uncle is going to report on that, maybe it's good for him that you let him have some of your photos. But I can't do that, I work for the Bugle, and you always will with an attitude like that. And then Gwen says, fair enough, I'll leave it at that, I'm going to go visit the bathroom. And Mary Jane says, I'm going to join you. The kiddos go to sleep, but Richard's still up. She doesn't like Mr. Jameson. In all fairness, kiddo, she ain't the only person on that plane. What do you think about him? I think that the two of you are really cool, and what you're doing is really cool. Everybody should read. Yes, I agree with you, but you need to give them a reason to, which is tricky. So, you got an hour before bed. You want to watch some TV? And then, seeing Gwen and Mary Jane in the bathroom. Very strange, by the way. Hey, MJ, can I ask you something? Yeah, sure, go ahead. Am I going on too strong? Sometimes I come on too strong and I think it's mostly a corporate thing. I tend to have trouble switching it off. And you know, on top of that, I clearly have opinions. Is it too much? No, you're good. Great, because I was going to ask you a favor. It's hard to do things if we're getting in each other's way. What's your favorite then? So you probably know this though. Oscorp took over Stain/Stark a few months ago. Since then, we've scaled up in unexpected ways. To be blunt, we have too much money, and now I need to get some of it off the books. But I'm exhausted. All the normal charities, donations, various nonprofits. Tonight's conversation got me thinking of you. I was hoping, since you're the brand manager, that you could set something up between me and the grumpy old men of the paper. Kind of in the mood to see if I can launch a pirate ship. She's gonna donate some money. So while they're talking shop, Peter and Harry talk shop. What are you smiling at? I'm smiling at you, because you haven't told your wife. Wait, you told Gwen? Yeah. How much? Oh, she knows everything. Oh my God, Harry, what are you doing? Well, what I'm doing is that it's my wife. We don't have any secrets between us. Are you really telling me you haven't told anyone? The only one that knows is my kid that caught me in the costume. Oh, that's good. I thought you were going to lecture me about the importance of keeping a secret. But the secret is important, and I haven't told MJ because it's not that I don't trust her, but I have to protect them. And Harry becomes kind of Peter's mentor because he's been doing this for a little bit longer. You seriously think you can live this life and insulate the people you love from the consequences? I've seen you in action, pal, and I'm brave enough to do it, so you should be. And the reason is because at the end of the day, I'm a guy in a suit, but you have abilities. You're more than that. It's all on us. What's on us? To save the world. Whoa. Well, I thought you were going to say something very heavy on me, but for the first time in my life, I'm doing something I'm good at. Stopping bad people from doing bad things. It feels right. But what you're talking about sounds too big. Well, Peter, I'm not going to tell you how to do your life or how to live it. You have to decide that. No one's going to stop you and make you come along for the ride. But you need to understand where this is headed and what we're up against. These people, they're playing God. They're playing for keeps. And worse than that, they've been doing it their whole lives. It's instrumental. It's systematic. It's the whole world. And you have great power. And with great power comes great responsibility. It's such a gift, but only if you use it. Now, I totally forgot that he said that in this, but yeah, it doesn't come from Uncle Ben or a mentor father figure. It comes from his good friend who is doing also a heroic act. My thoughts on that, I will not say anything. I think it's good, but also I'd rather hear it from Uncle Ben. But that doesn't get rid of what he's saying. Is that you have a responsibility and you have to do this thing. It's a gift, but only if you use it. But while they're walking home, Peter and MJ stop and chat a little bit. What'd you think of them? They were kind of nice, but they were also scary. Yeah, well, equal parts personal, too much intensity, but it's good food. Yeah, it was a lot. What do you think that they were saying? About what? Saying about what? Well, the world needing heroes. What do I need heroes, Peter? I've got you. And they walk away a happy couple. I love them so much. Oh, it's so nice to see them happy. And 616, they're awful. It's terrible. At least MJ broke up with Paul. That's all I care about. So yeah, this was a little bit of a shorter one. Thank you for listening, liking, and commenting. I'll see you next time. Peace out.